not making progress. Whatever it is,
US ambassador to Israel
we need to be ready.
in an interview that the US has doubts about the viability of a Palestinian state.
So I highly suggest having stops in your positions, emergency stops in either direction. Now that could go out really bad too, because if there is a book sweep, you could get a really bad fill on your stop. So, but that is the nature of the business we have chosen, ladies and gentlemen. That is the nature of the business we have chosen. So I'm warning you now, that could happen, and you could see some serious slippage. Let me post into WeChat here. Okay, so I submitted my payout on Top One Futures last night, so they haven't responded yet. So I'm not trading that account until that payout is cleared. Yep, no news yet. So until I get that payout cleared, I'm not trading that account. I don't want to ruin that, so I'm just going to sit tight. I'm going to trade my cash account and my Top Step X combines today. I'm actually already up over 1,100, almost 1,200 bucks in these 5 accounts already this morning. That was long off the VWAP out of the open. Caught some nice trades. So I'm going to keep working on this, keep chipping away. Let's see if we can have a nice day in these combines. But I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to wait for the best trades. Good morning to everybody on YouTube. Thanks for joining us this morning. I trade live for free for everybody on YouTube for the first 30 minutes to an hour of the morning. There is a bit of latency on this YouTube stream. The Discord is a low latency stream, so if you ever want to join that, there's a week-long free trial in the description of this video. Normally, I'm trading a Top One Futures account, Top Step, cash account, depending on the mood I'm in. I often switch them around. I don't usually trade the same account in the same order every morning. I gotta spread the love around, you know? How is everybody trading so far this morning? Not a lot of opportunities here. I mean, if you're fading this range, good for you. Longs off of VWAP on ESN and Q have been paying nicely, and we're building quite the distribution here at this level. Tight distribution. So we'll see what we get, guys. We're gonna sit tight. We're gonna wait. No, this action is trash, but it can change at any moment. So we gotta wait. Take a look at gold, shall we? Great chart on gold. You're right. Salos, yeah. Good opportunities on gold. Look at this 50% extension level. Holding nicely. All right, is ES going to push out of this finally? I'll take a little long. Tight stop. I have a bullish bias based on our longer term charts here. My expectation is a slow grind through this level here. All right, close it. I see this negative tick stepping in. Just gonna be a little risk averse here. Corey, that's weird. Are you trading it cash account with the broker? Morning, Fritz. Good morning, Germany. All right, we got a couple of we got a lot of Germans in the house. Germans enjoy the Drysdale Trading Group. Jawohl. Well, Nasdaq is a little weaker than the S&P. Russell's taken off. That's what we should be trading. Look at the Russell. That's the move I was looking for. Russell's up 0.75%, guys. This thing is, it's not messing around. Morning, Carlos. John, good morning from Thailand. Good morning, Thailand. Good morning, King. King David, good morning. We're waiting for some good trades here, guys. Russell's having a nice move, but tough to buy up here. Dow's selling off. And Q looks like it's getting ready to break VWAP. This is not great. I see nothing. Yeah. ES is a little more bullish than NQ. NQ is having a little bit more of an up move. NQ is the weaker of the two today. I'm trading ES. Still like longs, but you know, it's just not great price action, guys. We're gonna have to wait. If we can break and show some acceptance, might be a good opportunity to get long. So it's somewhat of a bullish setup. Holding VWAP. You have a bit of a long here. Let's see if we can hold. So this is a, tick strike, a lot of buying, trying to leave this distribution, just trying to get in a little early, put in a stop, break even, and try and let it run. Because if we leave this distribution, we could have a nice move out of here. So I just got one mini long. See if we can get some follow through on this would be nice. Leave this distribution for good and go form another one elsewhere. Let's go. That pre-market high is up at 60.40. Very possible. And you know what? That could take a couple hours. So we'll see. Darian said we need ES to carry this to the highs. Yeah, I agree with you. The chart's extremely bullish. So, I'm just trading with the trend, just trying to get a good entry. Good entry would be obviously this breakout of this distribution. We leave and we don't come back. But, they keep selling into it. Every time we try to leave, they reject it. Let's see if we can hold. Now, I'm not giving this a big stop, guys. I mean, this is already a break even for me. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I'm not turning this because we could have a big reversal here, right? We could go all the way back easily back down to 616, the other side of this distribution. So breakout trades, you got to manage your risk tight. You can get back in. You can always get back in if it tries again. So far, it's holding, propping that bid, absorbing those sellers. See if they can keep it going, push through this level, and then say goodbye to this distribution. Go form one up higher, then we'll get out. My target profit 29, then payout. 29 is not a far fetch, I don't think. It's outside the band, of course, but guys, this is a fade value area extremes. Again, these are not charts. I really, higher time frame charts I want to short. Right? Super bullish, straight up since 3 a.m. since the open of London. This is momentum to the upside, albeit very slow momentum. It is clear momentum to the upside. So, this is not necessarily a established balanced market on the higher time frame. So we got to be very careful with shorts. We can easily get run over here. Now, I'm not saying it won't work. It could very well work just like it did yesterday. But I was very cautious because the theme has been failed breakdown, then up. So until that narrative changes, I'm not shorting failed breakdown rallies. This is the spot, guys. We got to break out of here. Value area high on the 30-minute. Yep. On the hour. Now, for anybody who's at the same location I am, this is a break-even stop, because if we get a big pullback, it can pull back a lot, and I can always get back in. Always get back in. Here we go. Come on, keep pushing. So, my price is 22.5. Pretty much this 50% extension line. Is that all it's got for us? I'll buy the dips. Algo dip buys.
Fitch Ratings says global sovereignty outlook revised to deteriorating tariffs and uncertainty.
Oh, that's not good.
Again, Fitch revises global sovereignty outlook from neutral to deteriorating.
Fitch changes its global outlook from neutral to deteriorating. Guten Morgen, Fritz. Good morning from Iran. Good morning, Ali. So if you join the free trial, we have a low latency stream in the Discord. And I also stream a lot longer in the Discord. This YouTube stream wraps up around 11. And we go till 12 in the Discord. Also planning on having some more power hour streams. That hasn't happened yet, but that's something I'm looking to add. And we have live coaching, we have Q&A sessions, you have access to an exclusive chat with the other members. We have a trading lounge where you can share your screen. You can talk on your mic to the other members. So there's a lot going on in there. It's really cool. So for those of you who were with us yesterday, I hit that payout in my top one. I submitted that last night, waiting for them to approve it so I can continue trading that account. This is going to stop me out, break even. Right there. I guess the alternative, I can take off that stop, but if we go back down to VWAP, I can add. But if we go back down to VWAP, I can get a better position altogether. So I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. What's annoying is if I get, stopped out to the tick and then it reverses, then I have to get back in higher. That sucks. Here we go. Let's go. This move last night was nuts. Look at this. This is a 5-minute chart. I don't even think there was news, was there? Here we go. Trade talks. Oops. God damn. We can get through this low volume node here. Next stop, 31.
Republican Senator Curtis says U.S. Senate budget bill should ease start date requirement for clean energy tax credits.
The VIX is at 17 and dropping. It's at 16 yesterday. Ooh, Corey, that's fancy. That's going to be nice. So tempting just to close this, but then I'll be stuck with no trade. At least I have something I could hold on to, because there's not going to be, based on this price action, guys, there's not going to be a great opportunity to get back in higher. Just grind up. Yeah, this is summer trading. Yep, hedge fund guys are on vacation.
According to an official, India-US discussions held on market access and digital trade.
They're not manual, they're automatic. This is an indicator. An indicator does this automatically. It's always telling me where SPX is. SPX levels, guys, are more important, especially the whole numbers, than ES levels. I don't do this on NQ, only on ES. It's a cool little indicator. It is. I think it's ES SPX. It's this one by PT Gambler. SPY SPX ES price converter. Yeah, David, agreed. This is that grind up, this is where you don't want to be short. This type of price action, I'm telling you right now, you don't want to short. This will just grind against you. This is where they prop the bid, keep pushing it higher. I mean, Bob, you could do this. This is a setup. This is a fade value or extreme setup. You very well could get a short here, but on the higher time frame, it doesn't look good. Is my point. And there's our IB high. And NQ looks like a better short than ES does. Now we have this ascending price channel, essentially, since 10 a.m. Higher highs, higher lows so far. If we look at the higher time frame, all right, we've been going straight up since 3 o'clock this morning. Again, ascending price channel. And in this low volatility conditions, it's tough to short because it can just grind against you and there's not enough volatility for a pullback or to let you out. Something I'm very familiar with. As I'm sure you two are, Bob Burner. I've been holding this short for, 10-10, because it's not that long. You know what? I'm going to close it, guys. Looks like we might have some sellers coming in here. Could be wrong. Don't do what I do. Make your own decisions. Because we're very strong, Better Dad. He's asking, would you not short it looking for a fade value or extreme short? Could you elaborate why not the fade value or extreme short? Because of the strength of this market, fading upper value has not been a great trade. It just hasn't. Sometimes the probabilities are a little less because, we've been in this massive bull run for the last month, and you can very easily get caught off sides. I will get back in long if we see some buying step back in here. Yeah, I know, I see it. Now they could be absorbing all those sellers. Price hasn't dropped that much. That doesn't mean they can't overwhelm the buyers at this zone. I'd rather take my profits. I'll get back in if it drops lower. And Q is dropping harder than ES right now. ES is holding up better. ES is by far the better long. Might have to switch over to NQ to get some decent range. No, they could be absorbing all those sellers. But I'm up quite a bit, so I'm gonna wait for some really good trade. I'm up almost 1,400 bucks times 5 accounts. Really happy with that performance so far today. So I'm gonna wait for some really good trades. And I'm not in a rush. I'm here to trade. I'm here for a couple hours. So no need to force anything. I can wait for something good. Sorry, I'm not more entertaining. But I'm a trader, not an entertainer. Some people show up to streams for the entertainment. Maybe I should hire an entertainer to entertain us while we wait for good trades, like a clown. Magic tricks. I could do that. I'll learn some magic tricks. I tried jokes one day. The dancing monkey. All right, that's a good idea. So far, we have magic tricks, a dancing monkey. Chuck will be our clown. It's sure. This looks like a flat top breakout for sure, unless it flushes everybody out. NQ is not playing along. There's Eric. The Chuck joke. I can do like gymnastic tricks. I can walk on my hands. All right, so trying to break out of IB high here. Touched upper band for really the first time. You set it up, he just knocks it down. If you're going to be something in these markets, Chuck, better to be a perma bull than a perma bear because you'll get rewarded a lot more. Sometimes I think I should just be long only. I seriously think that quite a bit. Should I just only long and just wait for good long trades? I feel like usually my worst trades are usually shorts. And they're usually when I try and short a failed breakdown. That's why I'm so hesitant for fade value or extreme unless we're in a clear balance day. And so far, we have a big rotation day right now in the middle of a big upswing. For sure, JP. I hate getting run over on a strong day. Everybody's making money on the long side, and I'm trying to short like an idiot. I did say no shorts. This the sell off? I mean, you could try a little short here with a stop above that wick there, Well, it sure looks like it wants to just grind through it. Looks like a nice poke through. I don't like the ascending VWAP. I feel like the best thing to short are these pops. Well, there it goes. Oh, that's what I was waiting for, but whatever. But all the buying, just come on. There it goes. Let's go. Jordy says, I just need to hold a kitten in my lap. Should I get my cat? He's sleeping. I don't want to wake him up. It's Mohana. Mohana, like the movie. Moana. And he's awesome. Love that cat. We had a dog too, but he passed recently. Moo. We call him Moo. Moo.
Morgan Stanley CEO picked at speaking at the firm's financials conference says we had maximum tariff volatility through the first half of the quarter.
No, thank you. It was very sad. We put him down. Couldn't even get up the stairs anymore. Really? Your cat's name is Moo? That's awesome. Yeah, Mew. So I have $5,500 to go in these combines. $9,000 is a lot of freaking profits to get in these accounts. Tell you what. That's just a pass. I may or may not have taken a little short scalp there. Not 15 minis. Yeah, right. I don't want to burn through $750 every time I blow it. Thank you very much. Yeah, YOLO, all right. Should be YOTO. You only trade once because you're out of the, you have no money left. YOTO. You only trade once because you broke. All right, Darian. Sorry, we couldn't have more action for you. I'm going to call the people over at the CME and demand they give us more volatility. That this is bullshit. That we're trying to make a living here. I can't make a lot of money with this type of price action. I'm going to call them right now, right after the stream, and write a letter. Strongly worded letter about how this volatility is not conducive to my day trading activities. April was insane. I do remember April. It's a good time. Made a lot of money. If we could only just have Trump, threaten to ruin the entire economy again, we can probably make some money. But, nobody's afraid anymore. Fear has left the market. All right, do we buy the dip? Do we buy the dip? That is the question. Indicator at the bottom is cumulative delta. Cumulative delta by Zierman. Well, would have been a good little dip buy for a scalp. The problem here is that this type of grind up action doesn't usually have a significant pullback. So the dips are like 4 points. Awesome, man. Yeah, there's a lot of good videos on my YouTube. Check them out. The other indexes are not going higher. Actually, the Dow had a nice little pop there. Ooh, gold bouncing at VWAP. Oil going higher. Bitcoin at 110. Maybe I switch over to NQ. Still damn tight range, man. 10-point 5-minute candles. Get lost. I'll be right back. Okay. I have an idea. Yeah, right? No, that was your dip buy. Very possible. Should we buy it? Should we buy it? Or was that the crack? I bought one at IB High here. I'm willing to add lower. No, maybe I'm not. Actually, I'm going to get out at 26 3/4. No. 24 3/4. 2 point. I'll give it 8 ticks. 8-tick stop. Let's see if they buy it out of this hole. You've angered the sellers. We could have a change in structure here. VWAP Bounce. Oh, NQ is really selling off. That's just the flush.
US Treasury to auction $65 billion in forward bills. So US sells $65 billion of forward bills on June 12th to settle on June 17th.
Hmm. It's like we went right to upper band on the weekly VWAP. You see that? So far, anyway. Do you have a little bit of long? Caught that bottom a little bit. What the dip? Ooh. Yeah, buddy. Well, yeah, if you're looking at the bands alone, but we never, so return to value is, we've had to spend time out in price discovery before we can return to value. We've never really left value since we opened here. We still have this big, we have a pretty defined distribution here. We've never really left it. So we can't return to value if we haven't left value really. 2 points into beyond the band is not a price discovery. This is more a fade value or extreme than anything still. So that went to point of control, bounce at point of control. Now it looks like, it could have been a good back test of the upper band though. I see what you're seeing, JP. I get it. I'm assuming he anchored it to the open. Yep.
Finland's defense ministry says a Russian military aircraft is suspected of violating Finnish airspace on Tuesday.
Oh. 1:25 a.m. The open. Same spot. It bounced off the opens anchored VWAP too. Let's talk about NQ. I haven't really been trading NQ, so if you're talking about NQ, it's a little confusing. The Addix instrument for sure. I'm assuming dip buys until it proves otherwise, guys. That was our best trade opportunity yet. Pretty much since VWAP. Let's see. This is what the high, is this the high? Yeah, let's see it from here. Oops. Here. Pretty much the same. All right, maybe I'll switch over to cash, close out of this top step for now. For those of you that joined us on YouTube, thanks for joining us this morning. We're going to be closing up the stream on YouTube. We're going to keep trading in the Discord. If you ever want to join us in the Discord, it's a low latency stream. There's a free week trial to that in the description of this live stream. Hope you join us. If you're going to keep trading, manage your risk, stay sharp out there, and we will see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you in the Discord, we're going to keep on trading.